Alright, that was a little bit of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. It's one of the first songs that a lot of guitar players who are learning to play electric guitar will learn. But I thought that we would kind of work through it today as a way to introduce you to fifths and what will eventually become our power chords. So, this is all going to be played, this main riff. There's two parts to this. I was playing the main riff, and then the little transition riff there. We're going to work on the main riff. So it's all going to be on the A and the D strings. So this is a shape that we can move all around the neck of the guitar, and it's not going to change. As long as we're on the A string, this shape is not going to change. So what this shape is we're going to take our first finger and we're going to put it on 7 of A. That note right there. Then we're going to take our third finger, that's our ring finger, and we're going to put it on 9 of D. So that interval, or the distance between these two notes, is called a perfect fifth. And a lot of times, these chords will be called 5 chords because it's a fifth. 5, 5th, right? So, if you notice, we have one finger on one string, one finger on the next string down, or next string higher, and then the distance is 3 frets. So we have one finger on one fret, we're skipping a fret, and then there's the next fret. So we're doing it on 7 and 9 here, but if we move this, we can move it onto any fret we want, as long as we keep this distance, and on these same strings, we can move it anywhere we want, and it sounds good, because it's that same interval, or distance between those two pitches. So, the things that you want to practice on this, make sure that you're not hooking your thumb over the top of the neck. We don't want that. We want that kind of crab pincher, right? And we want to squeeze with our thumb on the back of the guitar neck, right? And we want our fingers to be straight up and down. Not curved like that, not curved like that, straight up and down. Because we're going to play this chord, we don't want to have to worry about only hitting these two strings. You know. That gets really messy when we start hitting open strings. So instead of having to worry just about keeping our right hand really, really disciplined, just to hit those strings, we're going to hit all the strings, but we're going to mute all the rest of the strings. So remember, like for our A minor chord, we're using our thumb to mute that E string. For our C, we're using our third finger to mute the E string. So you're used to muting, right? So the first finger has a big task here. It has to mute the E string, the G string, the B string, and the high E string. Right? So maybe just practice that. Try playing all the strings, but we only want to hear this note. Right? And then we put the other one down, we'll hear both notes. But all the other strings are muted. That's very important for these 5 chords, or these perfect fifths. Alright, let's play around with this riff now. So we're going to start on 7 and 9. We're going to hit that twice. Then we're going to jump up quite a few frets. We're going to go to 10 and 12. Then we're going to go back to 7 and 9. Then we'll go down to the next, because we're on 2 dots right now, right? We're going to go down to the next set of dots. That's 5 and 7. Then we're going to go down to the next set of dots, 3 and 5. And then we're just going to go down 1 fret to 2 and 4. Right? So all together, we have 7 and 9, 10 and 12, 7 and 9, 5 and 7, 3 and 5, 2 and 4. Right? So that's the first half. And then we have another part. It goes like this. So we add one more in there. Instead of just walking straight down, we go back up again. So let's talk through it. So it's going to be 7 and 9 again, twice. Then we're going to go back up to 10 and 12. 7 and 9. 5 and 7. 3 and 5. Then instead of going down, we're going to go back up to 5 and 7. Back to 3 and 5. Then to 2 and 4. Right? So, we have each of those 2 times. We do them alternating. We do the first one that's just straight down. Then we do the one that goes up and down. Back up. And we do that whole thing again. First one. Now we go back up. Then we're going to take this shape. Now this is new. We're going to take this shape, this exact same shape, and so our root note, our lowest note, is on the A string right now. We're going to move that root note to the E string, but we're going to try and keep that shape. So we're still going to have 2 different strings, 3 fret spacing. So we're going to move it to the E string 3rd fret. So, same spacing, we're just on E and A this time. So we're on 3 on E, 5 on A, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna move it up 2 frets to 5 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go back right to where we started and let it ring. All right, so let's talk through that whole thing. Once you get this riff down, we will start to add on to these 5 chords. They'll become power chords. We'll add 1 more string to it with our 4th finger. And then, once we get some barring down, we'll add another finger and a bar, and they'll become bar chords. So they build on each other, but we're going to start with this shape because this is the bottom of it. We're just going to add more onto it as your fingers get stronger. So let's talk through this whole riff again. So we're going to start at 7 on A, 9 on D. So we're going to stay on those 2 strings for most of it, and I'll tell you when to switch. So don't switch strings until I tell you. So we're going to go 7 and 9. Then we're going to go 10 and 12. 7 and 9. 5 and 7. 3 and 5. 2 and 4. Back to 7 and 9. 10 and 12. 7 and 9. 5 and 7. 3 and 5. Back to 5 and 7. Back to 3 and 5. 2 and 4. And we do that whole thing that we just did, both sections, one more time. So back to 7 and 9. 10 and 12, 7 and 9, 5, 7, 3, 5, 2, 4. Back to 7 and 9. 10 and 12, 7 and 9, 5, 7, 3, 5, 2, 4. Then we do the one that changes. 7 and 9, 10 and 12, 7 and 9, 5, 7, 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 3, 5, 2, 4. So once we've done each one 2 times, back to back, then we're going to change strings. We're going to go to the E string with our first finger, low E string, and A string with our third finger. So first finger goes to 3 of A, or 3 of E, sorry. Third finger goes to 3 of A, 5 of A. I got all confused there. I'll say that again. First finger goes to 3 of E. Third finger goes to 5 of A. My brain sometimes. And we're going to go downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then we're just going to scoot this up, stay on the same strings, but we're going to go to 5 and 7 now. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go back to where we started. A string and D string, 7 and 9. All right. So now I'm going to play through it without speaking the frets. Hopefully you have those mostly memorized by now, and we'll just worry about moving it. So the key is to keep your third finger pretty stiff so it stays in position. It doesn't get, scooting up. It kind of can tend to lag behind if you don't keep it really strong. Keep it strong. All right, here we go. Slow speed. Da, 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 da. Let's do it like that. 1, 2, ready, go. Change strings. 3 and 5. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Back to where we started. All right. So hopefully you can get that down and master that finger position. Like I said, that will become the basis for our bar chords. So this is a good riff to practice that. Moving it around to all different places on the fretboard. And once you can do it fast, right? Then you don't even have to think about it, and we can start adding on new stuff. Cool. All right, have fun with this one. You can play it along with the track too on YouTube. Just go real slow with it. And that's the chorus, and I'll include a tab for the rest of it. It's super easy. Very easy song, so have fun.